Hey everyone, Paint with Rick. Welcome to another painting. Right now I'm painting over an old painting. I'm going to use titanium white here to cover it up, and then the white's going to actually be my underpaint. So it'll probably give me some advantages with having white underneath to mix the colors as I go. This is going to oil paint. I'm going to do a landscape. If you want to subscribe, we got summer coming up soon, and I'm going to be taking this whole deal outside out into the parks and painting live pictures out in the parks. So make sure you subscribe. All right, so that's an old painting. I just put white on it, titanium white with a little bit of, I thinned it out with a little linseed oil. Okay, I just keep a little linseed oil in a bowl. You can use turpentine, but the linseed oil keeps the paint at a nice consistency, rather than if you thin it down with turpentine, it's not the same. So all right, so I'm going to do a blue sky. I'm going to do a mountain in here with, I'm going to try and do everything colorful today. I got some different, I got yellow ochre, yellow, green. I put a little white in there. This was Viridian Green. I put some white in it. I'm going to try and brighten it up a bit. I'm actually going to do the mountain with Van Dyke Brown. I lighten that up with white, and maybe use yellow ochre for the mountain as well. And this is my sap green with a little black mixed into it for my trees, and then I highlight it with either white. Today I might highlight the trees and bushes with this Viridian Green. Might look good. So with the same brush that I just used for the white, I'm going to grab a little bit of ultramarine blue. I'm using bristle brushes. It's an 1.5 inch bristle brush. It's the kind of brush you use when maybe you put your gesso on your painting, just like a hardware brush. They work really good, believe it or not. So I'm going to keep coming down with the blue so my sky gets lighter. As I come down, it's mixing with the white that's already on the painting. Just like that. Keep it dark up here on top. I think I'm going to have some water in here, so I'm going to grab some blue here and throw some water down here. I don't know exactly how much water I'm going to have, but I'll just throw some blue down here for now. That way we have it there. Very good. All right. I think I'm going to start today with some clouds. So I'm going to use it's such a small painting, 12 by 16. I'm going to use a 1/2 inch brush, bristle brush. Dip into my linseed oil and get it wet, the brush. And I'm going to have a mountain in here. So what I'm going to do is just stamp in some clouds with titanium white. I'm trying to have a lot of different cloud formations on this piece today. So I'm just going to kind of stamp in cloud tops, and then I'm going to fix up the bottoms of them here in a second. Alright, so this is a wet painting now. We've already got a white, blue, and another white. So what I'm going to do is just wipe my brush off with a paper towel and come in here and start stamping my clouds at the bottom and let them blend into the blue underneath, just like that, instead of trying to hit it with a blender brush. I'm just going to stamp the color in to the blue and try and leave the top white up there. So I'm just trying to hit the bottom part of it, bring it down. It's called stamping in. Wipe your brush off occasionally. And there we go. That easy. We got some cool clouds up in the sky there. That's pretty trick there, huh? You could do any style cloud you want. These are more poofy clouds, I guess. Poofy. Puffy, like the marshmallow guy. You can, you can keep adding in clouds if you want, smaller clouds down here. You can use different colors. I'm going to do my mountain now. Let me get another paper towel here. I'm going to try and use the brown, the Van Dyke brown, to lay out my mountain here. I'm going to put the peak over here to the left a little. Just going to lay some color in here. And then I'll blend it down with a brush. Get some peaks going on up here. I'll use the same brush I used for the clouds and come up in here and pull this color down now and try and shape my mountain into the color that's underneath. Let it blend with that white and blue. Just like that. Today I'm going to, instead of putting snow up there, I'm going to try yellow ochre as my instead of putting white up there, I'm going to use a yellow ochre. But I want to blend this down. I grabbed a new brush so I can use it as a blender brush. All right, I kind of like that mountain. All right, with my knife, I'm gonna grab some yellow ochre. If you've watched my other videos, I usually use white all the time, but today I want a different type of mountain, different colors. Besides white up there, we'll put some yellow ochre here. I'm pulling it down just like you would if it was white snow. What I'm going to do on this side here, I'm going to mix a little yellow ochre now with some titanium white. get a different color going. For this side over here, I'm gonna try not to hit every spot too. I want some of that brown to show through. So I'm just kind of being loose with the knife. Let some of the brown show through on the mountain. You can see some of the color from the painting underneath is starting to pop through there with the knife. So I'm pressing too hard. All right, there's a different type of mountain there. Put some dark over here with it. Very good. I think I'm going to try and put a little snow up there now in certain spots. Just a little. Just maybe at the peaks up here. Just like that. Maybe in a few spots coming down. There we go. Not bad. All right, I'm going to run some distant trees back here. I'm going to use my sap green and black mixture, but I'm going to put a little white in it to make it lighter. I don't want the trees back here to be too dark. When you paint, usually the things that are further away you want lighter, so we run some distant trees at the foothills of these mountains here, different heights. I like that. If you got a, I'm using a number 2 fan brush. I'm going to try and put indications of evergreen trees back there in a few spots. All right, I kind of like that. What I'm going to do, I noticed I was out at the water the other day. Sometimes the reflection doesn't always match what's up on the shore. So what I'm going to do today is just pull a little bit of this color into the water. Just a little bit. And then with the same brush, I'm just going to lightly Go across it for the reflection. Then I'm going to use some titanium white and put a water line back here, right at the bottom of where the land meets the water. You can kind of see a reflection there now from here. It's looking good. I like that. Okay, I'm going to lay some ground in now. What I think I'm going to do, I'm going to have some ground here with a few trees, and down I want to have some trees coming up over here on some land that's back here though. So what I'm going to do is, this is my sap green and black. Put some land there. Then I'll have some bushes down here. Just fill that in with sap green and black. Then I'm going to have a few bushes down here. With that same, I'm using a number 6. I'm going to run a big tree over here, evergreen tree. I dip into my linseed oil, and I fill my brush up with sap green and black. Let's do a cool tree over here, right on the side of this mountain. Make it pretty tall. I'm going to really work these branches as I come down. Really work them with the corner of my brush. I'm going to start off really small up here and just stamp it into the canvas. As I get down, I'm going to get bigger and bigger down here. When I hit the bottom, I usually I'll make these branches down here, extend them out a bit, just like that. And kind of maybe point them up a bit. All right, I like that. It's a small painting, so I'm just going to have one tree here. Put a point up there. Because I don't want to put too much more in it. Except I'm going to have a few trees coming off this land here now. So with a number 2 fan brush, let's see how we're doing. 18 minutes. All right, I think I'm going to make this a short video. Let's put some tall trees here. I might do these a little different. I'm going to put in a couple trunks here. I'll show you. With the corner of my brush, what I'm going to do is start at the top and stay right on the trunk and just press right in the middle and get wider at the bottom. That's it. It's a different type of a tree than this one. Just stay in the middle on your trunk with the corner, and as you come down, just press harder. And it'll automatically get wider at the bottom. And you can adjust it. Alright, I kind of like that. Put a few points up there. Very good. Alright, now I'm going to try, what I want to do is, I'll use my fan brush here. Let's pull a little bit of this into the water, this color. And with your fan brush, just lightly go across it to get your reflection in the water there. And then grab a knife put a little roll of white on your knife, and let's run some water underneath there. Not bad. I got to be careful because when I use the knife, it's starting to reveal uh, the painting underneath. So what I'm going to do, I need to lighten up this water back here. So what I'm going to do with the fan brush, I put a little white on it. Just going to try and lighten up that water in the back here. Just a bit. Let's see how it's looking in the frame. Oh, it's tilting. Not bad. Pretty good. I'm going to highlight this tree now. I'm going to use that Viridian Green, believe it or not. I usually use white, but I want to have a different color on this tree. So what I'm going to do is hit at the top of my branches with this Viridian Green to highlight it. Just at the top of the branches. I'm trying to get it to mix in with that sap green. Just trying to get a different green color on my paintings. They're usually, if you see when I use white, it takes on a different color with white. So this green actually works pretty good. Viridian Green with a little white in it. Over here I'm just going to highlight the right side of these trees because they're so far away. It gives the tree dimension when you highlight one side of it like that. Very good. All right, let's. I'm going to use. Believe it or not, I'm going to use that same color to highlight these bushes because I really like that color. Let me find the same brush I used for the clouds. I'm going to highlight these bushes now. I dip into my linseed oil and I soak it down with that Viridian Green. Let me try and highlight some of these bushes down here. See how they look. Not bad. I'm going to use yellow ochre over here. Same brush, just wipe it off and get some yellow ochre. Just hit the top parts. Try a little bit of that green out here. Kind of like it. Looks good. All right. I'm going to try my new, I got a new blend liner brush today. I don't know how good it's going to work. I'm going to try using the, dipping it in turpentine to thin my paint out. I'm going to try it with black first and see what happens here. See if it can make some twigs. Gotta have some twigs in there. I'm just gonna do a few for the video, and I'll probably do some more once I shut the camera off. But put some twigs in your paintings. It really makes a difference. I kind of like it. I like it's a different color for me than what I usually do. Very good. I like it. You don't have to use the same colors as I do, but whoa, this brush is a little hard to handle for birds. It's too short. So, it's too short. So if you make a mistake in your sky like that, take your brush. I better get a clean one. That one has yellow on it now. Just take a clean brush, and all you got to do is stamp the mistake, stamp it into the painting, just like that. Just stamp it away, okay? And you can try and redo your birds, just like that. I'll get my other liner brush to make the birds. There we go. A few birds. I think that's all I'm going to do for now. And that was a paint over. If you got an old painting you don't like anymore, you can rework it, just like I did this one. Alright guys, thanks for subscribing, and watch for this summer. I'm going to be going out live out into the park. I live in Seattle, so there's a lot of trees and water and mountains everywhere. Alright, thanks for watching.